Okay, so today we have a 2012 F-150 four-wheel drive, and I want to show you how to check the steering components. We're going to check the ball joints, the tie rod, wheel bearing, basically for looseness, play, and to be able to check all that, what you want to do now, this particular procedure, as far as jacking the lower control arm up, that is just so you can check the lower ball joint. And that's what I've got here. I've got the jack under the lower. I've got the truck up on jack stands already. But you don't have to do it. You can just put a jack underneath the lower control arm, take the wheel off the ground just slightly, and that's all that's required to be able to check your components on that side. I already know I'm going to be changing components on this, so I've got the truck jacked up. But you need to unload that lower ball joint to be able to, so that you can see the maximum amount of play that may be in it. And I'm going to set the camera up if I can. My tripod doesn't go down low enough to really get a good angle, and I can't really hold this because when I try to move everything, my arm shakes and you can't see the movement in everything. So I need to figure out a way to mount this camera on something so that you can actually see what's going on. But the important thing is, the way I've got this truck set up right now with the jack underneath the lower control arm, I'm able to check every single thing. Upper ball joint, wheel hubs, wheel bearings, lower ball joint, and tie rod for any kind of play. So let me get set up here, see if I can figure out a way to get this camera mounted so that you can see at least the lower ball joint, and we'll go from there. Okay, hopefully you can see that ball joint. Now, the lower ball joint on this vehicle has very, very little play in it, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to actually see it or not. But what I'm doing, I've got a pry bar underneath the tire, and I'm just going to lift up and down. And what you're looking at is the steering knuckle. There shouldn't be any play in it at all. But you can see there's little play in the lower ball joint. Now, the serious, let's see if I can get the angle on the tie rod. Hopefully you can see the tie rod. I'm going to move the wheel back and forth. That's an indication of a bad tie rod. There shouldn't be any play at all there. Now for the upper ball joint. Okay, hopefully you can see that good enough. All I'm going to do is push in and out on the top of the tire. So inboard and outboard on the top of the tire. That's the indication of a bad upper ball joint. Now to check wheel bearings, now these are integrated wheel bearings, there's no adjustment to it. The first thing you want to do obviously is just rotate the tire and listen. Normally you already hear it when you're driving down the road. You'll hear a growling or a grinding noise, and that's usually the first sign of a wheel bearing, that basically the grease has dried up and washed out, and it's just been running dry, and then eventually they grind themselves to pieces. But other than grinding, now a lot of times you'll hear just the grinding and there will not be any play yet in the actual bearing itself. But just like checking the upper ball joint and the tie rod, you want to move the wheel back and forth, and not only back and forth like this, but up and down vertically. And you're looking for play specifically in the wheel bearing assembly. Now, if the ball joints and everything are tight and you've already ruled those out, either if you can do it yourself or have someone on the backside looking at the bearing housing, when you move the wheel in and out, you'll be able to see play there in the wheel bearing. The wheel bearings on this are nice and tight. They sound good, so there's nothing to really show you there. But that's how you would find bad wheel bearing. Is first sign is the grounding as you're driving down the road, usually coming from the front. Sometimes it can sound like it's coming from the back, when in fact it's actually coming from the front. And you just jack it up. You don't have to unload it the way I did with the jack underneath the control arm. Unloading the ball joint by jacking it underneath the control arm is specifically for the lower ball joint on a suspension of this type. Not all vehicles you have to unload it from jacking the lower ball joint up. You can just jack it up from the frame, and just that unloads the ball joint. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tire off and get ready to start taking this thing apart and get all this stuff replaced. Okay, so I got the wheel off. I want to show you the upper ball joint. Now you can already see the boot is torn, which is why this ball joint is bad. Whenever the boot rips or tears or cracks, as you drive through rain, well, first of all, the grease starts drying out because of just air getting in there. But then you get water in there, and it just slowly deteriorates the grease. The grease washes out. Next thing you know, you're metal to metal, no lubrication for the ball joint. And then this is what you end up getting. So I'm just going to push inboard and outboard on this steering knuckle, and you ought to be able to see the movement in this ball joint. That's a bad ball joint, so you definitely want to make sure you get that fixed and don't just keep driving like that. I'm going to try to show you this tie rod. So you're looking at movement between these two pieces here. I'm just going to move in and out. It's a bad tie rod. So whenever you have movement like that, you'll have sloppy steering, sloppy, a lot of times vibrations or what have you. So you want to get that sort of thing fixed. Last thing you want is your tie rod separating, or even a ball joint separating. That would not be good. So anyway, that's how you check for bad ball joints, tie rods, and other steering components. And this is, so the series trucks that I'm working on, or that this falls in with this type of suspension and steering, is about a 2004 to I think a 2014 Ford F-150. Whether it's four-wheel drive or not, this happens to be four-wheel drive. Now, other makes and models are very similar to this. You're going to check them the same way. This just happens to be a Ford F-150. Even cars, they have similar suspension geometry and steering geometry. You're going to check them in very similar fashions. The main thing is if you see any movement in any of those points, you need to, especially depending on how bad the movement is, if it's very, very minor, you're still going to be able to drive it for a little while before it gets worse. This is excessive, both these. This is considered excessive, and so is that upper ball joint. Yeah, they can be a lot worse than that, but that is considered excessive in steering and suspension components, and they need to be replaced. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, on this particular model, the upper ball joint right there is integrated into the upper control arm. So to replace this, you replace the whole control arm. So I'll be doing that, and I'm going to make a video on that. I'm going to make a video replacing the upper control arm, the tie rod, and the lower ball joint on this vehicle. So that'll be a separate video, I think. But anyway, just wanted to show you that. You guys take care.